Hey, hello everybody.
What up, what up, what up?
Welcome to the show tonight. How you guys doing tonight? All
Hello.
right, guys, we are here tonight with LOL episode number 2 of season 3. And tonight we have with us Punk Gardner, and you see on the screen known
Yes,
as Hendrika. Did I pronounce your name right? Hendrika?
yes,
Yep, there
yes,
you
you
go.
did.
All right. Woo. All right. I did one thing right tonight. So I just want to give the audience like just a heads up. I know we may have some technical audio issues here. I apologize for my background. I'm in a temporary space, so my lighting is not great. But it's a show. It's going to be a great show. So let's get started. Hendrika, I'm going to hand it over to you, and you can tell us a little bit about where you are and what you
Okay,
do.
sure. Hi, everyone. Welcome and thank you to Pam India for inviting me here. Um, as you know, my name is Hendrika. I am actually originally from Singapore. I now live in Brisbane, state of Queensland, Australia. And what I do basically for my work, I call myself like an all-round gardener. So basically, thing to do with lawn care, mowing and all that, plus hedging. And then that I do like all the health management of plants.
Hmm.
I design garden design. I on two things, edible landscaping, actually three things: low maintenance garden, and the third one, what I'm incorporating right now, gardening incorporates into land. So that
Okay.
is the garden design aspect. And one more thing that I've done a lot more this year is to start tree pruning. Yeah.
Tree pruning. Okay.
Yes.
Now, one thing you said that I hadn't heard. You said edible landscaping. What does
Mm.
that entail?
Basically, it's like incorporate things you can to your existing landscape. So it's like let's say you have a garden bed, okay, or like a front yard. You
Hmm.
don't need to just plant, that are ornamental. I would like to incorporate things that are like, fruit trees,
Yeah.
herb, edible flowers,
So
and
not
even
particularly
vegetable
a
leaves.
separate garden. Not like a separate garden.
No,
Just okay. That's interesting.
yeah.
Are
Okay.
those
Yes.
popular? Is that a popular thing?
Where you are in
Um,
Australia?
it's getting there slowly, especially with the cold. People are learning to want to grow food in their existing space. So that's where I come and guide them. Oh, okay, instead of let's plant a just a flowering tree, we'll plant a lemon tree. And I mean, Australia here, almost every single person wants to have a citrus tree of some sort.
Yeah.
So I incorporate
I'd
that
like to have one
into
here,
my
but
work.
my area is not good for that.
Oh, okay. Put it in box.
Yeah.
There are always, dwarf patio citrus tree, for all such situations.
Yeah. So right now where you are, let's see what
Hmm.
time here. It's 7:06 here, but it is what 10:06 where you are in the morning the next day.
Yes,
So it's
yes,
it's the third here for us and it's the fourth there for you, I think, right?
yes, that's right.
Okay, so we're in the future, guys. Like so we're in the future here. So like, that's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure we don't have any questions. Hey, G Mama. We got some people here in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's keep going here. So where you are, what are the biggest challenges climate wise for what you do? So is it actually spring where you are right now?
No, it's
Is it
actually the officially the fourth day of summer.
oh
Yep,
right?
The
That's
fourth day of summer
interesting.
yep.
The fourth day of summer.
in December.
Yeah. So
Which is
what's
That's
really
opposite
not,
to you
cool?
guys.
Yeah. So what's really cool? I had a Michelle, Adelaide was on the show last season, and she and I were chatting back and forth. And what you all do makes sense, right? You start the season on the first of the month. So I guess you said you're in summer. So did it start December 1st?
No,
When
no.
did the summer start for you?
Basically, well, we always say because I'm in the state of Queensland and I'm in South Queensland, which is
Hmm.
subtropical region, and we always say like people in Brisbane always say when it gets super hot, when it hits like 30 something degrees, we say, oh, summer comes early, so we never have a fixed summer, but officially, okay, yes, officially it starts this 1st of December.
Okay.
But we never say, it's like whenever it gets too hot, we always say, oh, summer's early, summer's here.
Gotcha.
Man, you a day ahead and 2 seasons ahead. You got it.
Can
Yeah,
be,
that's interesting, man.
I mean,
I don't
depending
know.
on the region, of the person you are speaking to, if you're speaking to someone further up north, of
Mhm.
like Iceland, above, the north of Tropic of Capricorn, then you say, oh, there's very little winter, summer around.
Yeah.
So depending on the region of where the person is located.
So
Does it
for
make sense?
your particular region, what are your biggest challenges as far as like the climate itself? What are your biggest challenges with the lawn? I mean, I don't know how I don't know what your balance is as far as how much lawn work you do, gardening, the green walls and things like that. But what do you see as your biggest challenge?
Technically, for me, it's always okay. In summer, about this time of the year, my challenge be, of course, the growth of the lawn. I keep it as low as possible and cut it as low as Christmas holiday. So that's the first one. Time. The other challenge, weather. We have
Hmm.
sometimes we very hot, dry, then the lawn will just like suffer and turn brown. So for the lawn care work that I do, I have somehow developed a spray regime so that the lawn can handle dry, hot weather.
Hmm.
So yeah, do you want me to share my lawn regime for like dry weather regions?
Well, let's back up a little bit. And what type of grasses are you working with? I mean, you mentioned
Okay.
Bermuda and buffalo grass, right? Is there anything else you work
Yes.
with? Okay, is that it for that region? That's
Sometime Empire Zoysia, but I have many clients that variety. Actually, now at the moment, I don't have any regulars in that variety.
mhm.
But occasionally, the odd one will come up and ask me to clean up with that. But mainly is Bermuda and Buffalo.
Okay. So, what does your typical regimen look like for maintaining that grass?
Okay. When the weather is dry, okay. No, okay. Let me talk about go back. Typical would be, first of all, I usually cut it at the second lowest height of the mower. Some mowers have different heights.
Yeah.
So for me, my mower second highest would be around 10ish mils, or sometimes around 10 mils or so. So most of the time in summer regions, I keep it at that height so that the grass can grow. Literally, if I cut it today, it will grow about 2 to 3 millimeters in the morning. That's how crazy our weather. Provided, okay, it is raining. If there is a dry spell saying that almost a month, 3 week no rain, then I will move the height of my mower to up another notch, which is around another 5 mils higher. So really, for me, I look at weather, I look at the law, what situation that I do. It took me a long time to learn, very much experience and trial. And so,
Hmm.
does that answer your question?
Yeah. So for us, just for the audience, for us, 10 millimeters would be right around 0.39 inches, and then you said you take it up a notch, another. So 15 millimeters would be right around a half an inch. So pretty low is what
Yeah.
you're cutting. What type of equipment are you? Are you using a reel mower to cut that, or a rotary mower?
So for most of the lawns, I'm using a rotary, still using a petrol one,
Mhm.
because like I said, depending on situation, if the most of the time I can say is rotary, and then only certain clients is using a real mower, depending on the surface. See, if that surface of the lawn that I'm working on is pretty flat, it's been renovated by me. I know the level is pretty even. Have debris of like a lot of little gravels and things like that. I would do the cylinder mowing or wheel
Mhm.
mowing. If I'm unsure, then the rotary mower would come in so that cleans it up and stuff like that, and it doesn't hurt the sharpness of my real mower. Because sharpening a real mower is a pretty much time consuming.
Yeah, I dipped in that a little bit last year, and I did not like it. I don't like real mowing at all, and I didn't like the you
Really?
know what is it called, backlapping of it or something. It just wasn't for me. It seems like it's a lot more work than I'm willing to do for that.
Well,
So
for me, it's the
speaking of
look.
well, yeah, it does. I mean, it's a cleaner cut, I think, for that height
Mm,
of grass, but
mm.
I'm not gonna cut my grass that low. But I've seen some of your pictures and that's pretty low. So
Yep.
with the mower that you use, do you use battery or gas equipment?
So for the rotary is still gas. Basically
Okay.
because I have yet to find one battery mower that I can also use it to scalp the lawn decently. I've not heard anyone
Hmm.
tell me that okay, you buy this mower, battery mower, you can renovate, you can scalp it. No one in
Hmm.
Australia has done that yet. Until someone
Okay.
demonstrates, there is one, then I will consider. So right now for
Yeah.
rotary is gas and the cylinder is battery.
Okay. Yeah, and you mentioned to me that you have like brand loyalty, right? Which brand are you most loyal to?
Still.
Still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still. Yeah, there you go. I mean, India, you use still, don't you?
Some, yes. Some. My weed eaters are.
Okay.
I know.
I have no
What,
still equipment.
you got some of that battery still, right?
No, I
Like
don't.
your hedge
Yes.
trimmer? No.
Nope.
And just
No
Yes.
still
Even
equipment.
chainsaw.
Yeah. So cool. So with your equipment, what would you consider your most used piece of equipment and the most unique piece of equipment? Because we
I
saw
would
a
say it's
picture of
might be.
something. It looked
Mhm.
India, you had a question about it. I don't have the picture here with me. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was a very odd looking piece of equipment that we've never seen here.
oh, it had like the blade. Hold on. I remember,
So
but I don't want to misdescribe
yeah, so are there any unique tools that you use there?
it.
Well, I would say unique. Okay. For the combi system, I would say it's fairly unique. The attachment for what Still is offering. It has got like a mini tilling attachment, so I can till the
Hmm.
soil. I also use it as a not so much like a detacher, but something like a detacher. Like I can use it to if I need aggressive ripping or lawn runners, I can use that. Yeah, that's the main one that I use. Quite unique. The rest of it, like the hedge trimmers and all that, it's pretty much only of the gas. But I think for the
Okay.
combi, it has very unique. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Guess what? I got a question. So you were you were it was like a big overgrown field,
Hmm.
and it looked like you were using like it resembles a weed eater, but the head on the bottom is different. You know what picture I'm talking about?
Yes, the rotary saw, like a circular saw.
Yeah. Did you do the whole field with that, or was that just for picture purpose?
No, 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 no. I did the field. I literally shredded the
That's a
field.
lot of work.
Well, when you
Wow.
have to, yep, that thing rocks. That thing rocks. I love the circular saw. Circular saw is so much fun to use. I like to cut things down low.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh.
Yes.
So do you have like specific weeds? Like here we have weeds that are just a pain in the butt. Like what is the worst weed there where you work?
I think we have the number one enemy common to both of us is nutgrass.
Yeah, like the nuts edge and stuff,
Nutgrass
like
is
the sedges.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
nutsaid. So that's the main one, and I hate crabgrass.
Don't we all?
Yeah,
Crabgrass.
I think we all kind of
Yeah.
have a dislike for that. I don't know what
The
here.
pest spalum.
Do you deal with any POA there? Because that to me that is the worst. It's not a weed. It's actually a grass, but it's the worst.
Mm.
God, it's the worst. No,
Yes,
you
we
don't.
have poa here as well.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Poa is, yes, we do. Poa is usually comes up in winter time. So coming from autumn, late autumn,
Mm-hmm.
you will see the shoots coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it likes the cooler temperature. That's
Yes,
when
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I know it all too
for
well.
us, it's a very it's a very seasonal thing for us.
Oh yeah, it's like everywhere right now. At my old place where I live, it's
Oh,
like just a sea of lime green hanging out.
not
My
nice.
old place.
Mhm.
When
So
is it cool enough there for it to come in? Like what month? I guess if now is summer, what months would be cool enough for it to come in?
Basically, for us, like I said, is the about the end of middle autumn actually. So middle autumn would be about May or so. like late May.
May.
Once the
Interesting.
temperature starts to drop, yeah, down to about below 15, you see those buggers popping out.
You said
Yeah.
below
But
15, like
the good
Celsius?
thing about, say again?
Celsius? Like y'all measure in Celsius?
Yeah, they do Celsius. So
Yes, yes, yes,
Go ahead, convert that for us.
I know, like I'm doing that.
yes,
There we go. You said 15, right? So
yes.
59 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's about right. That's when it starts here. Like in the spring, it's abundant, and then in the summer it dies off because it can't take that heat. And then as soon as it cools off in the fall, here it comes right back again. So definitely a
Yep.
pain.
Do you? I thought I learned a lot from you about pre-emergent actually.
It won't work on
Like
POA.
what pre-emergent? Really?
It doesn't work. It works on Poet
Okay.
Annua, but it does not work on Poet Trivialis. And that's what I was battling is Poet
Ah,
Trivialis. Yeah. Poet Annua, you can get a good pre-emergent program going and it will eventually help,
yep.
but not Triv. You're just out of
Dang.
luck.
Is there is
Yeah,
there
it's bad.
any post-emergent to get rid of trivia?
So recently I did read that there's something coming to the market, but it's only available to commercial. So residential, you do a full renovation and you
Oh.
pray that that renovation works. But I've come across so many people that says that it just doesn't work. Even if you do a full renovation, you put all this time, money, energy into it, but it comes back. And that's what I experienced. I tried everything with Trip. So yeah.
Maybe you need
Yeah,
to partner with some commercial person to get you, what you need. Really.
Yeah. Well, I don't need it now, so.
Mhm.
So,
do y'all
uh
have any restrictions there? Like chemical restrictions, or do y'all use a lot of chemicals at all?
There are some ones, but I'm commercial, so and I'm qualified, so and I know people.
so do you know of any can you give us an example of one that might be restricted? How about
Honestly,
glyphosate? How is glyphosate there? Is that regulated?
so it's no, it's not. No, it's not. It's
Oh,
not
it's
regulated.
not. Okay.
Actually, things like paraquat, that's very. If you know what
What is that
paraquat
used
is,
for? Mm-mm.
it's a knockout. It's a complete knockout like glyphosate, but that highly very controlled.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
I
very.
would imagine so.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
one's very hard. I know of that. Insect that's mainly for herbicide. The rest are quite easy to get access produce store. And if they trust you, if you build a bit of a rapport and you know what you're doing, they will get you what quite.
It ain't much
So are
enough.
you go ahead, India?
No,
So, in your opinion, what do you think are the biggest differences between Australian lawn care and U.S. lawn care?
Um, I don't see much difference actually. I think it's because I saw not on yours, but is it that Australians tend to like short lawn?
Mhm.
Like we like like the 0.3 inch kind of lawn,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the in US prefer a bit taller, and then the UK is like 4 mil. 5 mil, those really kind of
Wow.
stump
Yeah.
lawn. So it's like people said that Australia is like a bit of an in between, the American and British style of lawn. I don't know, because
Hmm.
to me, my lawn care career started here when I finished I actually graduated in production horticulture. So
Hmm.
basically, I am a nursery qualified nurse, but I came into landscape by accident, sort of by accident, during my career in Singapore. Someone asked me to fix up their yard. I'm like, oh, not yard, their balcony, like come do it up, yeah, tidy it up. I'm like, really? I'm not trained in it. Never mind, just come and try. Okay. And after that, I enjoyed it. She liked my work, and I decided, oh, I could do this.
Hmm.
And as a
And
side gig,
what does your current client base look like? So do you officially have a business, a landscaping
yes,
business? Okay, so what type
yes.
of clientele do you have? Like how many customers do you work with on a regular basis?
Honestly, okay, I have about 10, about there plus my, so that's enough to keep me going because when I go into the yard, I spend as much time as I need to get the job done properly. So
Okay.
I don't like to take on too many clients. Actually, initially when I first, moved in Australia, I just took on whatever to do, and slowly, yeah, I began to decide for myself what I enjoyed doing and what the
Hmm.
client also appreciated, my services. So some I let go, some dropped out. Yeah, so about 10.
Okay. So is landscaping the
what,
only thing you do? You do this full time, or do you do something else as well?
Landscape is now full time.
Okay.
It's like,
Okay.
yeah, I could. if I work 7 days, I could keep going 7 days if I
Yeah.
wanted to.
What services keep you busy?
It's very seasonal.
Or is everything an all
I
year thing?
Okay, yes. It's right. So the main service at the moment is lawn care. Okay. So cutting down the grass as low prevent it from getting out of hand. And also I spray like what you do, PJ. You put all the different nutrients and stuff like that, the lawn happy. And I
Hmm.
started applying plant growth regulator
Okay.
this month, or actually a little bit earlier than this month as well, so that prevent the grass from shooting up so high, because I
Hmm.
hate complaint. I don't want to get a complaint when I'm on Christmas break. And someone said, "Could you please mow my lawn? It's getting out of hand." I mean, I've yeah, a couple of years, I've had to deal with it, and now I'm like, no, I'm gonna use science. I'm gonna use strategy to make my work more convenient for myself and keep my client happy.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I really I harp on a lot is the soil health. Here I've just experienced that if your soil is healthy, you're going to have a much better lawn. So biostimulants are extremely important in my recommendations to people. So from there, it just kind of it just gets better in my opinion.
Mm.
So yeah.
Actually, I
Um,
learned that a lot about
well,
soil health.
that makes me happy
Yeah.
because I
Serious.
I definitely I
I see
definitely
you
push
going
it
out
on my
spraying something. I'm like,
yeah, I'm always spraying something if I can. I haven't sprayed anything. The ground, it's just cold here. There's no point. But yeah, every couple weeks spray something humic, put something down there. Seaweed. The grass is looking good.
yeah, I found a cheap method to do it so that you don't have spraying one thing at a time.
Yeah,
I
I
put
mean you can mix it, but I
things
think
in one
for
bucket.
people who may be like fanatics and want to do something every couple weeks, then just breaking it up is nice. But yeah, you can absolutely mix those things in and get it done all in one. So
Yes. Yep.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you had a cheat code. Okay.
Oh, do you have a cheat code?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to share it with us? Because we could use that cheat code.
Okay. Okay. You want the cheat code? Okay. If you
Yes,
want, you can write this down. I've never shared this with anyone, but I'm gonna share it
I'm
here.
gonna I'm gonna write it down.
Well, pen in hand.
So for the foundation for the grass health,
Grass help.
if this is depending on soil situation, all right. But I'm gonna go on to the really bad one where the ground so dry, like it's never been looked after. Let's say you have a new lawn that someone said, "Please help me." Terrible. I want to have a nice lawn. So if it's a very dry, bad lawn, so the first thing you put into your watering can, I use molasses, like a big dollop, no ratio, just a big dollop of
All right.
molasses. The
Yeah.
next thing I use. Oh, you want to know why molasses? Is because if soil is really hydrophobic, if the plants are really like parched, roots are really dry, just like us humans, if we are like dehydrated, what do we drink? Tonic, stuff like that. It's sugar based. What do sugars do to our cell? Our cell want to absorb more liquid. Okay, so it creates the hygroscopic environment. So molasses does that. The reason why molasses are added in the mix, number one. Number two, seaweed. Now, PJ, I learned a lot about seaweed from you. Okay, it's a biostimulant. It's good for roots and all that. Okay, so that seaweed. Thirdly, okay, I add liquid fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Before going back to seaweed, how much do I add? I use a liter watering can as my mixing container. So for the seaweed, actually, I use something like 100 ml, 10. All right. So everything is like a 100 times dilution. So 100 ml feed, and then also about 100 mils of fertilizer. Don't care what kind of fertilizer. Any kind of fertilizer is okay, so long as it's fertilizer. Can be organic, inorganic, whatever. Don't care. Then the next thing I add, looking into the weeds, it kind of, do I have a lot of broadleaf involved? So if I have a lot of broadleaf, then I'll add a broadleaf herbicide. Whatever is most rampant, I will find that and add it to the dilution, to the recommended. Okay, so that's broad. Next, if the ground has a lot of nut grass, I will just add the nutgrass killer. And if that day I see a lot of mossy, like algae-ish area, okay, I'll also add a fungicide, copper chloride or mancozeb. These are two main things that I use. And if I see, oh my god, there's lawn grub, then I'll add the lawn grub killer into it as well.
So you
So,
mix all of
and
that
let's
together.
say, yes, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
the ground, if I'm coming into like in the in-betweener of a season where, like summer season, in between summer, winter or autumn to winter, then the polar may come out or whatever winter weeds may come out. I will also add liquid pre-emergent into the mix. And then I add my water, and then I add the wetting agent, because wetting agent, as you know, PJ, you always say, I remember you had one video like, oh my god, I forgot to add the surfactant.
The fact
Remember
that,
that one? You
yeah.
did?
Yeah,
We
that
call it
happens a
wetting agent.
lot.
Like, oh my god. Yeah. So for me, okay, ending it with surfactant or a wetting agent is important, as you know why. But to me, that is like, so I have a little routine, like being a mixologist, this and this. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this is
it's
like the whole shebang.
yeah,
What you got?
there are a lot of things that we can mix in together. Like I find that with Simple Lawn Solutions, which is the main liquid that I use, that we're able to mix in a whole bunch of different things. They're biostimulants with the fertilizer if needed, and most of the time they're safe. And it says it on the label. It's safe to also mix in with any type of fungicide that you might have, or herbicide. So, I mean, and that's smart. It's smart to do that. If you're dealing with multiple things, a lot of my clients don't have a lot of time. And so they want to get these applications done quickly. Therefore, your method would work out very well. But there are a few things that you just can't mix together. So one of the things you want to make sure you do is do that test. You put it in a container, mix it all in there, and make sure you're not going to get a bunch of goop, because that's not going to spray out of your
Yep.
sprayer. So, but yeah,
Yes.
most things you can mix together and just knock it out in one spray. India, you don't do any,
One
do
thing
you
that
do any liquid spraying?
sorry.
Yes.
Okay, all right, you do. I forgot. Yeah, you use SLS too. Yep.
What are you spraying with? I know you said you had a spray can, but do you carry like a tank or like a backpack sprayer or no?
I tell you another secret. Okay,
No,
sorry.
no,
Can I add?
don't
Security
put
Can
all
I
the
tank.
add?
secrets out there.
Did you ask your security
No,
tank?
Okay, I'll answer your tank one in a bit. But one thing to note always about mixing things is to check the compatibility chart.
Yes.
You know about that one?
Yes.
Chemical compatibility chart. So I need to always tell people, if you want things together, read that chart. Yeah.
You have to.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So,
But a lot of
okay.
people, like you're doing it and you're going to read it, right? But your clients, if they're doing
Always.
it DIY, they don't do that.
That's why education is very important.
Exactly. You're right. Now, you're mentioning education. When you talk to your client, are they asking for this education, or you're just kind of giving them the basics of everything?
I tell them always in the basics, because why? I always say, I come in to assist you, okay, to make it better. However, on a day-to-day, you stare at the garden time. It is your yard. To be happy to get involved in it a little bit. See, so yeah, so that's why I have to always give them. And usually my clients now, the residential ones, are all like interested in the lawn.
Yeah.
Because that's why they want to keep me, because they want to learn from me, and
Yeah.
they enjoy interacting with me. So yeah.
But once they learn from you, you're going to lose your clients, right?
Because they're all time poor.
Yeah. So you have a question,
And
and I think we answered this earlier, but I think Portia came in a little bit later. She's asking, do you have a cool or warm season lawn?
for us, subtropical, we don't really have a cool one. For me, I choose, okay, in Brisbane, there is like dry lawn isn't, and then warm season be Bermuda. Some people do make the two together, so that in winter it looks nicer. Okay, but I found a way to to keep the Bermuda grass quite happy and still fairly green. Is all learned from you, PJ. Biostimulant.
Yeah, that's good. But buffalo grass, that's the only one I'm really not familiar
Yeah.
with. Is that considered cool or warm?
Actually, it's all season. Yeah, pretty much all season. But they
Buffalo is?
prefer buffalo is pretty much all.
Okay. I
Sorry, can I I want to answer India's question,
oh, yeah, sure.
because you said something about backpack and things
Oh,
like that.
yep.
Were you asking that?
I'm glad you was tracking. Yeah, I did.
So okay, I'm going to tell you. I mean, this I would say a secret, but it's like I discovered this method and my spraying so much more convenient. I use a watering can, and I found that the brand called Worx, WORX. Do you have that in the US?
Yes.
This brand?
Yes.
Yes, they have a like jet spray. Do you know about those like jet washing thing? So I use that to spray my lawn. I use that to spray. I use the jet wash. Okay, connect it to the hose, put it in the watering, and I carry the watering can with one hand, and I just press the button to the battery jet wash, turn it onto the shower attachment, and just like just swing it, and it's
Ingenuity.
done very very
Ingenuity,
quickly.
like my dad. My dad's in the audience. He's very clever like that too, creating things. There
Hey,
you
if it
go.
works.
Yeah, if it works, like that's awesome.
Hey, so is there an
Yeah,
emphasis on the I would say image, but I know you don't have like a warm and cool season there. So like as far as like stripes or patterns or looking like a carpet, is there an emphasis on how it looks, or do most people just want it cut low and they're happy with that?
cut low.
Just cut low.
Just cut it low. No
Yeah.
patterns, no
For
stripes.
me, that is not good enough. Some people who like that, they will do it themselves.
Gotcha.
People who engage me, they just want it neat, tidy, green, health. That's all that there is for here. For my work, yeah. But lawn makes up about maybe 30%, 40% of my overall work. But it changes. It's my work is very interesting. It's very somehow, yeah, it swings with the wind, like always.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's your average lawn size? Like, are they big? Are they all roughly the same size?
My fairly average size. Yeah, I don't take on a lawn that takes me more than 2 hours, and that's with a push mower. I don't use a ride on, and I like push mower because I like the finish of it, and I like catching up the thing. Yeah, I like to see the lawn to know what's happening. It's very much like my interaction with the lawn, so that I know what problems there are, so that when I mow the lawn, look at the lawn, I will come up with the spray strategy as I do it. Yeah, so that's my style.
So yeah, as a female in the industry, what would you consider is your biggest challenge as a female in the industry, in the lawn industry?
Energy.
Energy.
I go too hard. I go
Yeah.
hard, and after that, I just crash out. And also, I basically only have one meal a day. When I work, do not eat. I fast.
That's
Like,
not good. That's not good.
actually, it's
You
not.
don't eat?
I don't eat at all. Actually, the reason is because I want to burn as much fat and use
But
up
it's
as
hot.
much as
Right? It's
right.
extra hot in Australia. So
Yeah, so I drink a lot of water, take a lot of fluid, and I
wow.
really don't when I work, because it makes me feel uncomfortable. I've learned to go into this state when I work, and yeah, and plus I think in India, do you know that I sport too, right? So it
That's
balances
what I
out.
was about to say. I was like, because you do that, maybe you have some insight as to how this works for you. Because you're a
It does.
competitive eater, right?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to me, working out, doing the yard work is where I burn. Okay, so the gym, my gym, do challenge, train, and calories. So there's a balance. Yeah. So sport, however, because amount of calories I want. Okay, I don't care, love it. And then when I work, I burn out the calories. Yeah, equal.
Wow.
That
That's
makes
the
sense. But I like
concept
to
of this.
eat.
Gotta eat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
eat.
that's
Ooh,
Eat as much as you can. Full of pounds. Like 5 pounds, 6 pounds.
yeah. I can't imagine. I
me either.
once a day. That's so. Do you eat
Mostly
before or
once a
after
day.
you before or
So
after you do your work?
after, I usually only have dinner. I fast. This typical day like now, I will start eating at 6 p.m. on. So when I get up in the morning, it's only coffee, water,
Mm,
electrolyte, fluid throughout the day. And then when I come home, I will just eat whatever I want.
okay.
You
Cook
earned
up
it.
my meal. Yes, it is true, India. I earned it. So it feels. I feel satisfied. Like I feel good. Like
Yeah, because you walk everything. That I couldn't imagine walking every. Well,
I
it's
take
different
about
here too. So
my step counter is some thousand a day. An hour. The max I've hit is about 22,000.
oh yeah, you moving all right.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Well, definitely admire what you do. The garden wall was
Thank
a big interest. That's not something that I've heard of, like lawn services
Oh,
offering to customers. So that's pretty cool. And then the edible landscape, that's really cool. I'm gonna look into that a little bit more because obviously, I do the lawn care and then I do the gardening separate. But that was a very interesting point, the edible landscaping. So let's see if anybody
Portia.
has any
Sorry,
more
Portia.
questions here.
Yes, Portia has a question.
Yes. Your preference as far as battery operated or gas lawn equipment.
100% back
I agree. I
because of
agree.
the
Do you agree,
weight.
India?
I didn't know what she say. I didn't hear the answer.
At 100% battery.
Do I agree? Whatever work, whatever work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you and I, Hendrika, we've talked a little bit about the equipment, and I think I don't know if it's more accepted over there in Australia, but there are people in the United States that are really fighting the battery versus gas. And I think basically the Equip Expo and seeing the things, I didn't go. India, you went this year, and you saw the everyone was pushing their battery equipment. Regardless of the fact that people are fighting it, it's obviously going in that direction. Hendrika, I know that you said that one piece of your equipment is still gas, but most of your equipment is battery, and you use still. And I mean, it'll be interesting to see where in 5 years where we are with it,
Mhm.
because over the last 3 years at least, I've seen it just gravitate more and more towards battery.
Yeah, actually, more and more companies are not producing new gas equipment except the big chainsaw, except the lumberjack stuff like the
Mhm.
like the 500i or the 600 something, all those that
Yeah.
very high. But for the average, even commercial user, I no, the still, which the latest one, the big chainsaw they come up with, the MSA 100. Oh, that I'm using only MSA 220, and I have cut down gum trees. I've just finished cutting down the gum tree 2 weekends ago with a tungsten tip chain. It
Yeah.
cut through it like so simple.
Yeah. But I think the companies are really, they're trying to, I personally, from what I'm hearing from people, things like the battery blowers and chainsaws, they still need that gas power. They haven't quite gotten to that point where it gives you, the battery gives you that much power, but it's getting close. So we'll see what happens.
The backpack still blower, it's very
Is it?
yeah.
And that's
Um,
what you use?
no, actually, I use backpack blowers. Actually, I don't like it at all
So what do
because
you use?
the weight. I just use
Hmm.
two blowers, two battery blowers. I
Okay.
even just use one. Yeah, because to me, I don't do a lot of leaf fall cleanup. The one that I use the blower the most at a car park, and I
Hmm.
bought a sweeping machine to help me clean up the car park a lot better. Just push the
Hmm.
sweeping machine and catches it, and so much more tidier. So yeah, if I was to do a lot of leaf cleanup, I think most likely it would be it would be a kind of a thing. I don't know. Honestly, I have never faced with that situation. Yeah, but I know a lot of commercial people, they use the backpack blower because it's just convenient. They can just walk
Yeah.
around, and I call it a lazy person's way of doing it.
Hey, work smarter, not harder.
Of
What
course.
what does your
But for
setup
me,
look like?
I like good quality finish.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you got to put
Hmm.
that quality stamp on it. So,
Yep.
well, I
What does
am
your setup look
checking in the comments. We don't have any more questions. I don't know if there's anything else, any more tips or anything you want to share with the audience before we get off of here. But I want to thank you for joining us. It's some really great information we got from you tonight. So, if there's nothing else that you want to
Thank you for
share,
inviting me.
yeah, absolutely. Welcome to Ladies of Lawn Care. You are
Thank
now
you for accepting me.
absolutely that's what we're all about. I really like to highlight and show people that we all have our differences out there, but we're all working towards the same thing. So here we are. Follow, support, do
Yeah,
everything.
even if content.
Yeah. And so she is on Instagram as Punk Gardener, and you're also on TikTok. I don't think you have YouTube, right? You do have it,
Actually, I
YouTube?
do have YouTube. I do have a whole range of channels. But the most active is still Park Gardener because I would say I focus a lot of my energy on my field work. So when I
Hmm.
share, my work, I prefer to just stick to one channel mostly, and Park Gardener, the one that I enjoy using most. So
Hmm.
the content posting, food, and the live are also on Punk Gardener. I think the garden will always be on the store. And I actually have my work Instagram account, but I just haven't figured out what to do with it yet. So, but Punk
Yeah.
Gardener is the main account. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen, and what I've noticed is that you have more of the lawn care stuff on TikTok. I think on Instagram, I see more of the competitive eating that you have there. But I did see some lawn stuff there as well. So, guys, yeah, check her out. Support And to the audience, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Again, let's see, we're probably at almost 11 a.m. where you are, right? So you're probably just getting your
Yes,
day
that's correct.
started. Yeah. And I'm going to go and
Yes,
have a glass of
I took
wine
a day
and
off
just
to
chill and watch football. It's what I'm
Start your
about to
morning
do.
off right.
I'm about to go watch Kansas City play here in a minute. So, yeah.
okay.
Again, Hendrika, thank you
And
so much for hanging out with us tonight and accepting the invitation to come on the show. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get out of here,
honor
guys. Thank you. All right. Good night, guys.